everyone, today we're going to be doing a gentle Pilates workout. This is going to be a bit more mobility based and a little bit more stretching and then some really basic core activation. So what we're going to do is we're going to start laying on your back. You're going to have your feet hip width apart and arms long by your side. You're going to be nice and heavy in the feet, feeling our body settle into the mat. And you're going to think about being equally weighted between both sides of the pelvis. From here, we're going to tuck our tailbone, flattening our back on the mat. And then we're going to tuck our tailbone away, creating a little space between our lower back and the mat. And we're going to continue doing our pelvic tilts here. You can inhale as you flatten your back on the mat, and then exhale, arcing back away. Good. Inhale, flattening, and exhale, arcing. When you're doing this, you want to be very light in the feet and create most of the movement coming right from those pelvic tilts. If you're doing it properly, as you tilt your pelvis, you should actually feel your head rocking a little bit, like your whole spine is getting a little bit of mobility here. Good. We'll do one more. Awesome. So we're going to find our neutral spine. In that position, you should have a little space between the lower back and the mat, almost like the size of a blueberry. From here, we're going to press into our feet, press into our arms, and lift our hips up for a bridge. And then we're going to articulate our bridge down. So what that means is we're going to lower down one vertebrae at a time, coming into a little C shape, going through the thoracic, lumbar, and then landing our pelvis down. Pressing into our feet, we come up, and then you slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Good. We'll do two more like this. Kind of like a little spine massage to get us warmed up here. Perfect. And then when you land your feet, we're going to lift our right foot up into tabletop. Then we're going to take our right hand and we're going to grab onto that right knee. You can let that right lower leg hang, and we're going to do hip circles, trying to keep all of the movement just coming from the hand that's moving the hip. We're going to try to keep equally weighted between the pelvis as we do these. So you will get a little bit of core activation as you try to remain equally weighted between both sides of the pelvis. We'll reverse that hip circle. You can inhale with one circle, exhale with another. And while you do these, they can be as big or small as feels good. And then last one. Good. We're going to bring our right hand down to the ground and we're going to straighten that right leg up towards the ceiling, pointing our toes. We're going to lower that right leg towards the ground. As we do so, we flex our foot. Point toe and lift, flex foot and lower down. Pointing toe, we lift, flexing foot, lowering. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, going down. You should feel an activation on your hamstring as you flex your foot and lower down. It should be a nice stretch, and you can just work within a range of motion that feels good to you. Good. And we'll do two more on the right. Good. And then lower down. So we're going to switch sides, so nice and heavy in the right foot. Left leg comes up. We're going to grab that left knee with our left hand, and we're going to start circling that hip. Remaining nice and heavy on the right side, trying to prevent yourself from rocking left and right as you do these hip circles. Good. Let's reverse that circle. Perfect. And And then we're going to drop that left hand down, pointing our toe, left foot comes towards the ceiling, we flex our foot, lower the foot down, pointing our toe, and we lift up. Good. Going to continue doing those leg lift lowers on that left side. We're looking for a hamstring activation here. You might notice your hip flexor working a little bit. That's the part on the front of the hip crease, just from lifting and lowering that leg. And last one, and lowering down. We're going to interlace our fingers, bringing our hands behind our head. Good. And then we're going to have our feet about hip width apart. You're going to feel like you're knitting your lower ribs together to activate the abdominals. We're going to tuck our chin, curling up over the breastbone, looking between your knees, and then lowering back down. Inhale. Exhale, we tuck our chin, roll up, and then lowering back down. Good. We'll do 2 to 3 more like this. As you're lifting, you're trying to lift to the bottom point of your shoulder blade so that that is coming off the mat. And then on this next one, we're going to tuck our chin, curl up, and hold. Be nice and steady here, thinking about knitting those lower ribs together. We're going to be nice and heavy in the left foot. Lift the right foot and lower down. Right foot comes up, lifting the left foot, lowering down. We're going to alternate. Inhale as we lift, exhale as we lower. And we'll go for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. And we're going to lower down. We're going to bring our arms back by our side, feet are hip width apart, press into the feet, press into the arms, lifting up for a bridge. And then instead of articulating down, we're just going to hinge our hips so our bum lands flat onto the mat. Press into the feet and arms, we lift up for a bridge, and lifting or lowering back down. As we press up, you're going to think about pushing your thighs out nice and long to come out on that nice diagonal. You might even feel a little stretch in the front of the hip flexors, and then lowering down. Good. We'll do 2 more. And on this next one, we'll hold at the top. Holding here, we're going to be heavy in the right foot, heavy in the arms. Left leg lifts up to tabletop, and then lower down. Heavy in the left foot, right leg lifts up, and lower down. And we're going to continue marching our legs here. Paying attention to lower abdominals, feeling like you're zipping together through the lower abs, keeping a nice tight core. And we'll do 1 more on each side. Perfect. We're going to lower down, and then we're going to come up to sitting. We're going to swing our legs out to the left, arms come out to the side. We're going to shift our weight to the right, land our right hand, and arc up and over into a nice side body bend. And then coming back up, arms to a T. Shifting our weight right, we land the right hand and arc up and over, feeling a nice stretch in our left side body, and then coming back up. And we'll do 1 more. Good. And then from here, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. And we're going to find a cat-cow here. We're going to tuck chin, rounding back up, looking our gaze forward and arcing our back. Inhale, rounding. And exhale, bringing our gaze forward. And we'll do about 3 more like this. And last one. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to find a nice flat back, and we're going to take our right hand, thread it under the left arm, and then open our right chest up. Bring that right arm under the left, and then opening, feeling a nice stretch through the right side chest. Good. And we're going to go for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. Landing the right hand. We're going to be nice and heavy in the left hand, heavy in the right knee. Reach opposite arm and leg out. And lowering down. We switch sides, left arm, right foot. And lowering. Again, thinking about knitting our lower ribs together, feeling that activation through the lower abdominals. Trying to keep our hips equally in line as we alternate arm and leg. And we'll do one more on each side. Good. All right. And then we're going to do thread the needle on the other side. So we're going to take left arm, bring it under the right, and then open that left arm up towards the ceiling, feeling nice stretch in that left side chest. Left arm dives under right, and then opening up. And we'll do about 4 more. When we're doing these, we're working on our thoracic spine and our rotation through our body. Trying to create mobility while trying to keep our hips facing the floor best we can. I know there'll be some shifting, but you don't want to open up that left hip as you open that arm. Perfect. And then we're going to come to sitting. Legs go out to the right this time. Your hands will come into a T. We're going to shift our body left, land that left hand, and then arc up and over. And then coming back up, we do a little side shift. Left hand lands, and then we arc up and over. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. And then we're going to come back onto hands and knees. And then we're going to keep our feet together, and the knees go the width of the mat. We're going to sit our bum back towards our heels, finding a child's pose. From here, you're going to walk your hands left, so they just come off the mat a little bit. You'll feel a nice stretch in that right side body. And then we'll walk our hands right and feel a stretch on that left side body. All right, thank you for joining me today. This was a very nice, easy flow, perfect for mobility and beginners of Pilates. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. If you like the content, please like and subscribe for more Pilates videos.